Hi there, my name is Scott Breen and I'm a Program Manager in the Intune for Education product group. This video is going to show you how to quickly get started provisioning and enrolling Windows 11 SE devices using Set Up School PCs. Set Up School PCs is a simple wizard-driven version of Windows Configuration Designer that is specific to education. Both Windows Configuration Designer and Set Up School PCs gives you the tools to create provisioning packages that can be used to quickly configure Windows during the out-of-box experience. The tools allow you to unbox and power on the device, insert a USB drive, and have the device be automatically provisioned. In this video, I'll start by showing you how to create a provisioning package using Set Up School PCs. Then I'll show you how we can use that provisioning package to provision our Windows 11 SE devices. To complete the quick start guide, you'll need a Windows computer and you'll need to install the free Set Up School PCs app from the Microsoft Store. You'll also need a USB drive with some free space. And finally, you'll need a Windows 11 SE device to enroll. Alright, so first things first, let's create our provisioning package. Open up the Set Up School PCs app on your computer and click Get Started. Click Next to get to the screen where we can create a package name. This is the name that your provisioning package will be called on your USB drive. This can help you identify what the package does if you have multiple USB drives with different packages. Next, we need to connect to Azure Active Directory and download a bulk enrollment token. If this is the first time someone in your school is using Set Up School PCs, you'll be asked to consent to using the application. Depending on your tenant settings, you may need to be a global administrator to consent. Once you're logged in and your credentials are verified, we can continue. Now we need to choose how our devices will connect to the network. Devices can connect to Intune using Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Set Up School PCs supports adding Open, WEP, or WPA2 personal Wi-Fi profiles. When using a provisioning package on a device, the process is fully automated, so there is no opportunity to use captive portals or certificates. If you specify a Wi-Fi profile in the package, but the device that you provision does not have a Wi-Fi network card, the provisioning package will fail to apply. So you may need to have one provisioning package for devices with Wi-Fi and one provisioning packages for devices with only Ethernet. Now it's time to configure our initial device settings. First, select Windows 11 SE from the drop-down menu. In this example, I'm going to configure my device to be optimized for a single user, and I'm going to allow access to local storage so that OneDrive works. You can configure or overwrite these and other settings later using Intune for Education. For full details on what settings Set Up School PCs configures, go to aka.ms/suspc settings. Now it's time to configure a device name. You can either leave the Windows default name, or you can choose to specify a prefix and Set Up School PCs will automatically append the serial number during provisioning. So for example, if I specify SD for school district, Set Up School PCs will create the name as SD- and then append the serial number. We can select what time zone the device will be used in. In my example, I'm selecting Brisbane, Australia because that's where I'm located. We could also choose to configure Take a Test. I'm going to turn off Take a Test because I can configure Take a Test later using Intune for Education. For more information about Take a Test, see aka.ms/takeatestinfo. Finally, we can choose to customize the wallpaper and lock screen. I quite like the wallpaper and lock screen that's configured, so I'm going to leave them. On the final screen, we can review our selections and make sure we're happy with them before we save them to a USB stick. Now it's time to save our provisioning package to a USB drive. Insert a USB drive into your computer. Set Up School PCs will recognize the USB drive. Tick the box next to it and click Save. We can see that the provisioning package has been saved to the USB stick and the expiry date of the provisioning package is added to the file name. Provisioning packages are valid for 6 months. Now you can choose to eject the USB drive from the Windows taskbar and remove the USB drive from your computer. Our provisioning package is ready to be used to provision devices. Let's switch across to our Windows 11 SE device and show you how it all works. Unbox the device, insert your USB drive, and then power on the device. If the device was already powered on, insert the USB stick and select Install Provisioning Package. Windows will recognize the provisioning package and then start applying configuration, and as soon as Windows recognizes the file, you can remove the USB drive. Because we specified a computer name, the device will reboot and then join Azure Active Directory. Once complete, a message will be displayed to show that setup is complete. It's best to leave your computer powered on and at the login screen for a few minutes to ensure it has time to finish synchronizing with Intune. The demo I just showed you is an example of how to provision devices using the default regional and language settings of the Windows image installed on that device. The best way to find out what the default image settings are in a particular batch of devices is to provision one of them and then check the Settings app. You can find the regional and language settings in the Settings app under Time and Language and then Language and Region. If your device's default regional and language settings don't match what you need, or you aren't sure, you can select them manually after powering on the device but before you insert the USB drive. Power on the device, choose the language, region, and then keyboard settings, and then on the second keyboard screen, insert the USB drive to start provisioning. Now you can repeat the process of powering on devices, inserting the USB drive, and having the device be automatically provisioned. This was your quick start guide to enrolling devices into Intune with Set Up School PCs. We covered how to create the provisioning package using the free Set Up School PCs app in the Microsoft Store, and then we showed you how to use that provisioning package on a Windows 11 SE device. In some of our future videos, we'll have content on other enrollment options and discuss how to manage applications and settings using Intune for Education. Subscribe to our channel to be notified as they're released. We'll add them to our Windows 11 SE playlist available at aka.ms/i4e/Windows 11 SE. In the video description, you'll find links to information on Set Up School PCs, Windows 11 SE, the Intune for Education Deployment Workshop, and our really useful Getting Started with Cloud Native Windows Endpoints guide. Thank you.